Good morning, good morning, good morning. Happy Monday. God, they roll around fast. I am a little alarmed that it's already September and here we are again on a Monday. I hope you have had a cracking morning. I have not, and I only have myself to blame. Oh, I'm not looking that good, to be honest. The last Facebook Live I did, I jumped on and I was gloating about all the amazing things that I've been able to achieve prior to 9 a.m. And bloody hell, that was a good day. And today, not so good. So this morning, let me talk you through the handful of ridiculous things that have already happened. I nearly broke my toe in the shower. God knows how. I'm not even a clumsy person. Boom, nearly broke my toe. Still hurts now. I came downstairs to make my eldest breakfast and I spilt a litre of maple syrup all over the floor. Yep, good times. I still haven't, thanks Kristen, I still haven't properly cleaned it up. I think I'll be cleaning it up for the next year, to be honest. It's uber sticky, it's gross. Anyway, I finished that, picked up my phone, heard a message come through on my phone, and the lady who picks up my son from school is sick, so I need to do that, so I've rescheduled my afternoon. And then I go to get my car keys to take my son to school and realise that my partner has taken the keys into the city with him. Yay! Housebound. So after this, I've got a client call, and then I'm going to jump in an Uber to go and get my car keys. Cracking morning. Completely my own fault. Anyway, hope you're having a better day than I am. Gotta laugh or you'll cry, right? Something like that. So, I wanted to talk to you today about getting really clear on what your competitive advantage is in your business. Now, competitive advantage sounds like a bit of a wanky marketing term, to be honest. And there's lots of business coaches out there who are pushing a really theoretical marketing business, which is not my style at all. I know all the theory, I've worked through all the theory myself. I went to uni, I've done a postgrad, all that sort of stuff, so I know it all. I just don't think it helps using big scary words. So when I talk about competitive advantage, I want to know what makes your business unique, different, or better to the next one. And none of us are in an industry or in a niche of the market where we're the only player. Well, nearly none of us, I would guess. 99.9% of us have some competitors of some way, shape or form. I can see a few people jumping on, so come and say hello. I'd love to see how your morning's going. Hopefully better than mine. So before you kind of jump straight into solution mode on, okay, what's my strategy? What am I going to do? How am I going to fix it? How am I going to get myself out there? How am I going to get more eyeballs to my business? Hey, Lucy. How am I going to drive traffic to my website? Sales. You've got to get clear on where you are today. And a super basic tool that a super basic tool that I love to use is a SWOT analysis. SWOT, say what? Another one of those wanky terms. A SWOT analysis is just simply identifying what your strengths, S for strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats are in your business. Now, don't worry about taking notes because I've actually already done a blog post on this a little while ago. I'm really big on repurposing content, as you should know by now. SWOT, say what? Exactly. So I will drop my link to the blog post below so you can just go and check it out. It's super simple, but it's just a fundamental tool that I think should be step one before you leap into solution mode. And the solution mode is the fun part. That's the part where we all get excited and we brainstorm and we come up with these let's fly to the moon kind of concepts. But until you've got a really clear understanding of where you are today, what's going on around you, you kind of can't get to that solution mode successfully before you've done that. So it really helps you to identify what's going on today. What are the good things? What are the bad things? What are the threats that are on the horizon? And what are the things that you should be watching out for? It's really good for self-awareness, which sounds like an odd thing to say, perhaps, but we spend so much time in the nitty-gritty of our business that this exercise or this tool forces forces you to pop up into that helicopter and have a look at your business from a slightly different angle. Get around this side, get around that side, see what your competitors are doing as well. So you can absolutely do a SWOT for your business, but also for your competitors, which I have done quite a few times, and I find to be quite a useful tool to understand what they've got going on and what's working and what's not working in their business. So get in the helicopter, fly up and have a different angle or a different view or perspective of where your business is at today. Now, strengths are an internal factor that you're in control of. So most of you guys listening today are small business owners of your own business. So you're really in control and you're driving what the strengths are. You might be really good at customer service, exceptionally good at communicating. You might have a shit hot product, whatever it might be. That's an internal factor that you're in control of. So what are your strengths? And this is, I don't want you to feel uncomfortable about kind of blowing your own trumpet, I guess. This is your opportunity to kind of jot down and say, okay, the things that are really good about my business are X, Y, and Z. And they're good because I'm great at communicating. I love people. My product is Australian handmade and it's awesome, etc. It's at a great price, whatever it might be. What are the strengths in your business? And then the other, on the flip side to that, the other internal factor that you're in control of are the weaknesses or the areas that you should be focusing on a little bit more. And that's not your opportunity to hang shit on yourself and slag yourself off and be all negative Nancy. That's just you kind of drawing a line in the sand and saying, my weaknesses are that I hate financials and I don't have enough customers, and because I'm Australian made, my cost of goods is higher, so my retail price is higher than my competitors or than Target or Kmart or whoever it might be. So get clear on what your strengths are and what your weaknesses are, and they're the really internal factors that you're in control of. Now, the external factors are the opportunities and the threats. Now, the opportunities, have a think about it from a macro level, so a really broad brush perspective. So what's going on in the broader marketplace? You can have a look at things like social media, how e-commerce is performing in the market, how your niche or your segment is going, or there's more and more an increase. Our population is growing, so there's more and more babies year on year. So more and more mums looking to buy babies' clothes. Boom, there's a huge opportunity for you. So they're areas of your business that are going to drive future growth. So what areas of the broader landscape are going to help you drive growth forward? And, it might be that currently your business is all about boys, and in the future you could broaden it and include a girls range as well, or something along those kind of lines. What are some of those big opportunities? And then the threats are the macro things that are coming at you from every angle. It might be your competitors, it might be the exchange rate if you're dealing with offshore and the like, it might be cost of goods or shipping or whatever it might be. And also in that instance, you're obviously looking at your competitive set as well. What are your competitors doing? What have they brought out that's different or unique to what you're doing, and how are they positioning themselves in the market? They're going to be a threat. Another threat might be, the big guys. We talk often about the likes of Kmart just ripping off the small businesses and putting them on the shelf at half the price, less than half the price. So what are the threats that are having an impact on your future growth or going to limit your future growth? Make sense? Strengths, what are you in control of? Weaknesses, what are you in control of? Opportunities are all that blue sky thinking, all those shiny objects that you would love to have in your business or that you would love to explore and take further advantage of. And then the threats are, what are those things that are coming at you from every angle that are going to have the potential to limit your growth in the future? SWOT analysis. Strengths, weaknesses, opportunities, and threats. It is uber simple, easy peasy lemon squeezy, like really, really, really basic. But I think it's a really important tool for you to have a crack at this week. Yes, you will have a crack at it this week before you get too deep into that F8 or that 2018 planning, and until you get into solution mode. So just take stock and understand what is happening in today's situation before you leap into solving those problems. I do think it's really useful to do this for your competitors as well. As I said earlier on, I've done this a couple of times with a couple of different of my competitors, and it's a really interesting exercise, and it has then forced me to go back and do my own SWOT analysis again, or tweak it anyway, to kind of go, oh, maybe my weaknesses aren't as bad as what I thought they were, and they're actually opportunities, or whatever it might be. Super simple template to use. It's just literally 4 quadrants. I'll link the blog to, I will link my blog post below. Slow down. So you can check it out. But I do think it's a really, really, really critical task or critical tool for you to use. And that framework will really help you and set you up for success moving forward. So this week, I just want you to have a crack at it. Just print it off and just start to jot down dot points. So bullet points are your best friend. If you're a stationery addict like me, and I know there's quite a few of you that are, get your post-it notes out and jot down your weaknesses or whatever you're working on different post-it notes. So you'll have 10 strength post-it notes, 5 weaknesses post-it notes, and you'll just start to be able to play around with them and visually see how your business is positioned in the market. So short, sharp, snappy. I just want you to spend maybe half an hour on it this week. Don't overthink it or you will go bananas. Just bang out where you think your strengths lie. Yes, you are a stationery addict, nearly as bad as me, but stationery addicts unite. Like, again, I should start a stationery addict, club, because any excuse to use post-it notes and pretty pens, right? Anyway, just spend half an hour of it this week. I just want you to spend half an hour having a crack at it, map it out and see where you're placed. And then do the same exercise for your competitors. Spend 15 minutes on your competitors. It doesn't need to be, a 4-hour exercise or anything like that, because it'll bore you and you'll get lost and it'll just won't be a useful tool. So I want you to spend half an hour on yours and 15 minutes on somebody else's, the competitors. It is also really helpful to use a buddy or a friend or a cheerleader to kind of bounce ideas off. So somebody, if you are focusing on getting into that helicopter, have a think about somebody else that knows a little bit about your business but might not be as entrenched as you are. God, who is? So that you can have a different perspective or a different set of eyes, because those fresh eyes do see things differently. They're in a different helicopter looking at it from a different angle again. So don't be afraid to reach out to someone, whether I'm more than happy to help. Shoot me an email, happy to run my eyes over it. Ask a girlfriend, your mum, a fellow biz babe, whoever it might be. It is really helpful to have a buddy to kind of bounce off and go, this is what I think my weaknesses and opportunities are. What do you see from the outside? And hopefully that framework really does set you up for, right, this is where I'm positioned today. How am I going to get, or how am I going to resolve or improve some of those weaknesses? How am I going to take advantage of what those opportunities are? And what do I need to build into my business now so that those threats, are not really a threat or are less of a threat? So if they do come and hit you from the left field, that you're ready, or that it doesn't matter, or that it doesn't have a huge impact. I hope that makes sense. Just shout out if it doesn't. I will link below so you can check out the blog post. Super simple, like it really is 101. Like I don't want you to get carried away with it. And by all means shout. If you've got any questions, just let me know. But it is a great tool and something that I use quite frequently in my business. When I say frequently, I mean once or twice a year. I'm not doing it monthly, but coming into this crazy end of the year is helpful. And then starting, everybody, all of my clients I'm working through, what does Christmas look like and what does 2018 look like? What are the things that we're going to put in place that are going to unlock further growth, et cetera, et cetera. So it's a really good time of the year to start to look at that helicopter or that big picture and understand, where you sit on each of those pieces of the puzzle. So this week, half an hour in the diary. That's all I want you to do is just spend half an hour putting aside that time to get clear on where you're at and what's going on in your business so that when it comes to solution mode, you are ready to go. Any questions, just shout, let me know. Really happy to help. And I hope you have a good week. I'm hoping this week is a better one for me. I had sick children last week and my morning is not off to the best of starts. If you missed the start of this live, go back and listen to the first 30 seconds and you will just do nothing but laugh at me. And that is totally okay, because if nothing else, it reminds you that we are all human, doing the best we can And sometimes shit happens, and for whatever reason I had 27 curveballs thrown at me today, but now I'm done. They're all done. So this week can only be better. Thank you, lovely Lucy. I hope you have a cracking week too. Anyway, have an awesome one. I'm here if you need me. Just shoot me an email or drop me a note below, whatever, and I'll get in touch. My week isn't that bananas, which is a little bit exciting. So I'm looking forward to actually getting quite a bit of my own work done this week as well. And I've got some really cool client calls lined up as well. So I'm looking forward to having lots done. So Kristen, have an awesome week. Get onto your SWAT. And I will talk to you guys soon.